Hi, it's Ted Hayes. I'm addressing you about the 14th Amendment birthright citizenship and as to who it belongs to. Does it belong to foreigners who have come into our country without proper permission, who are women who are pregnant and have babies within the borders of the United States, and those babies become U.S. citizens based on Section 1 of the 14th Amendment? Or does it belong to the people for whom 740,000 innocent young white boys and men gave their lives over? This is the chattel slaves, the free chattel slaves, and their descendant children. I'm here to tell you it's for the free chattel slaves and descendants and the descendants and their descendant children. Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, rather Section 1 of the Civil Rights Act of 1866, which is really the progenitor, the parent, and the Rosetta Stone. If you know what the Rosetta Stone is, it was a stone found in the Middle East that had 3 different languages on it that finally explained the hieroglyphics to archaeologists. So the Civil Rights Act of 1866 is the Rosetta Stone. It is the interpreter. As a parent would know its child, it knows the 14th Amendment. So let's look at what this says here. It says the same thing pretty much. Go there and read it for yourself. The same thing it says in Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. However, it ends the section by saying that these people, the free slaves, are to receive a citizenship, experiential citizenship, as is enjoyed by white citizens. It says then in Section 2 of this act that anyone, any government official, I'll read it to you, let me read it to you. And be it enacted that any person who under the color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom shall subject or deny Section 1, that is, to the people for whom it belongs, that person is to be arrested and prosecuted and jailed. Any government official, including the President of the United States. Why? Because this exists because of what 740,000 innocent young white boys did during the Civil War to make America the country it is supposed to be according to the Declaration of Independence. Now, the Republicans who created these documents, these laws, they recognize if this is just a congressional act, some Congress in the future who doesn't like this, they will then repeal this law. So the Republicans thought, wow, the Democrats, they may repeal this down the road, so we better do something to permanentize it. So what they realized they need to do is put it within the Constitution. Hence, they came up with the 14th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment therefore codified the 16th Amendment into the United States Constitution. That's how it got there. So therefore, what I'm saying to you folks is this. The 14th Amendment is the skin of the body. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 is the bones, the skeleton, the sinews, the muscles, the internal organs of the body. The skin covers the body. If you take the skin off the body and give it to someone else who has broken into this country illegally, etc., then what you do is you expose the body to death. And if you allow anyone, whether from Mexico, Guatemala, Salvador, whether from Africa, whether from Asia, to own the 14th Amendment, Section 1, that is a direct threat upon the people for whom those 740,000 innocent young white boys gave their lives over. And we can no longer allow that in this country. Now, here's the other part of this, is the 15th Amendment. The 15th Amendment is the one where the Republicans said, you know what? Okay, these people are free from slavery. They now have citizenship. How will they maintain their citizenship? They said, well, let's empower them with the vote. Remember when Abraham Lincoln said the night that they realized that they had won the war, and John Wilkes Booth was standing not too far from Abe Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln said, we must give these people the vote. That's when John Wilkes Booth decided that night, instead of kidnapping the president, he was going to kill Lincoln. Because anyone who understands the power of the vote, you then have control somewhat of your own life. You can vote for your existence and for your citizenship. And so they gave us the 15th Amendment. However, if, let's say for example, the Hispanic, Latino, illegal aliens who come in here en masse. Yes, we know they come from Asia and other countries, but if they come in here en masse, and if they come in here as anchor children, when those anchor children grow up to be 18, they can vote. And what we've discovered, and Numbers USA confirmed this to me, organization Washington, D.C. that observes all these things, they said to me, they confirmed that every day, circa 68,000 Hispanic, Latino children, primarily of these people who come into the country illegally, turn 18 years old. The bonanza vote. That's why the Republican Party today and the Democratic Party today say that no one can win the presidency without the Hispanic vote. And they're also saying that whoever wins the Hispanic vote will rule America forever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, patriots, according to the Constitution for whom this law was written, if you allow that to continue to happen, we will die. And when we die, the nation dies with us. And the 740,000 boys who died, who suffered in the Civil War, as Lincoln warned us, if we don't finish their work, these young men will be dead in vain. Patriots, under no circumstance can we allow that to happen.